Hello, everybody. Today we're going to look at a very hard and complex endgame study. White is winning here if we play this right. Our pawns are moving up, so we are two steps away from promotion, but so is black. So take your time here, pause the video, see what you can do to find the victory here for white. And when you return, we go through everything together. Go ahead. All right, welcome back. So, what are we doing? Well, black is threatening to take our pawn here, so there's no point in threatening his rook. He will just take it, and we will waste the tempo. And there's no point in running with our d pawn either. There will be a check here with a fork, and we will lose it. Okay, so we need to do something with our rook here. Simple rook h5 to cover here is not good. It's not doing anything because black can play g6, threaten here. And when we move, if we try to move in the same rank and keep this, well, then we can play f2 and we cannot stop it. So that's not good at all. So there's another few moves for white with the rook that looks promising. Rook h3 is not especially good because black will just ignore the pin and play f2 anyway, so he can get a queen, and we will fight for a draw after that. But okay, let's look at three moves now left. That is really, really interesting, and one of them is right. So rook h8 is not right. It looks pretty good, because it covers the d8 square for our d pawn. It also threatens to put the rook on f8, attacking the f pawn, and also has some points here where we can get a checkmate after moving our king to c2. But this is not, it's not working because black will take here. And if we try now to run with our pawn to d7, black will answer with playing f2. And we cannot take a queen each, of course, because black will promote with a check, and we are not winning that. And if we play rook to f8 to attack this pawn, black will just start checking us like this. Rook d5 check, king c2. Yes, he cannot take here because of the mate threat, but he can just continue to check like this. King b3, and then just go back to d5, and we are not getting anywhere here. Note that if we take here, black cannot take right away because of the checkmate threat, but he can give a check first, and wherever we move, then it will take here, and this is a draw. Okay, so let's start all over. After rook h8, he takes. I showed you what happens after d7. What about king c2? Looks promising, threatening checkmate, and some other things, promoting two moves. But black has two options that both leads to a draw. He can check in either of these places. Let's look at this, probably the easiest way. And another check on b5. Now we have to attack, otherwise it's just perpetual checks. And then from here, black can actually play this pretty amazing f2 right away. And we don't have anything after this. We can try, if we go down here, it's rook b1 and we are losing. If we give it check first, it doesn't give us anything, just king b1 is the move. And then rook f8. Well, black goes down to b2, and these are also long variation, but we are not winning this. Okay, let's see. Did I want to check something else? No, I don't think so. It's I think we covered most of it. You will have to look at these lines yourself also, but because they are very, very long and comprehensive. So, okay, two moves left to look at. Rook h2 is not right. It looks pretty promising. It stops the f2 square, so it stops the f pawn from promoting or from advancing, and also threatens rook to d2, and to really protect our pawn and get it into a queen. But it's just one step too slow, this one. Black will take on e5, and here if we try rook d2, well, black can play rook e8, threatening to come to d8, and still keeping his two connected pawns here, and it's just not quick enough. So that leads us to the right starting move, which is rook to h1. It also blocks the f pawn from coming to f1, but most of all, it's setting up a diabolic discovered check here. So we're now actually threatening king d2 with winning his rook. Of course, this is the main line. If he takes on e5, get away from this threat, we will look at it soon. Just let us check the other variations first. f2, well, it's not winning. It's not even drawing for black. We just go ahead with our plan and we exchange here. Oh, get a queen or whatever, a knight, and these two pawns win. So no problem there. And what if he tries to move up his king and get away from this discovered check? Well, now we can play rook h2. Remember, I told you this was just one move too slow. Now we get to go to h2 with our rook with a tempo. So that means it's really winning for us. He can try to play king c3 and attack d2 square, making his rook coming here, but we can give a check first, and then wherever he goes on b line, we can either play d7 right away or rook d2, and this is winning for sure. And so if he just goes back to the first line, like king b1, then we play rook d2, and this is unstoppable. So, okay, let's look at the main line after rook h1. Black takes our pawn on e5. And now, what do we do from here? That is the question. Now it's the time for you again to pause your video, see if you can find out how white is continuing from here to win. Go ahead, and when you come back, we will go through it together. All right, here we go. So we actually have to start with d7. I'll show you why. King c2 is not quick enough. You go to a2 with the king, and we are not getting anywhere. Like rook d1, something like this here. Black will just start checking. And if we go back to the c file, well, it's going to be perpetual check. If we try king e1 here, and we have this line covered, black has this fantastic move, which actually wins everything for black. f2 check, and we are really in trouble here because we will lose our rook and the game. So that's not possible. Let's go back. All right. So black takes our pawn on e5. We cannot play king c2. We have to find something else. And this is not winning either. It will just get the pawn exchange, something like this, and it's a draw. No. All right. Now, this is not winning either. Rook h8. It looks pretty good. But I mean, we already wasted some moves, and we looked at this from the beginning. Rook h8 was not winning, and it's not winning now. So we play d7. The check comes, of course. Now we can move our king with the discovered check. So black cannot take the pawn here. He's forced to play king a2. And now we're getting closer to the solution. So, what are we looking at now? How are we winning here for white? Again, if you need to pause the video, go ahead. All right, here we go. Because we have some really interesting lines here. Look at this first. It's not winning. It's the same variation we looked at before. The perpetual check here between, or coming down here and f2. So that's not good enough. Okay. And what about now playing rook to h8? We are now threatening to promote here and being guarded by a rook, and we also threatening a checkmate. But still, it's not quick enough. He will start checking, check again, and now if we move anywhere closer to his rook, he will just take our pawn because we don't have the checkmate threat anymore. So we will have to go back, and then it's perpetual check. So again, rook h8 is not winning. We have to do something else here. And now this is the beautiful thing of this, how we really put the dagger in the heart. We sacrifice our rook at h5. Look at this. Of course, he cannot take our pawn because of the checkmate. So black is forced, more or less, to take our rook. Can play g5, but that is only postponing the agony. We just take it, and it's the same situation, but he lost his pawn. And playing something like f2 is, of course, not good enough. The quickest way here is actually to just promote to a queen. Again, he cannot take it because of the checkmate. And if he promotes, well, this is pretty easy. You see, the nicest way to win this is sacrifice the queen with queen a5 check. And it's forced to take, and we take with checkmate. Really, really beautiful. So from here, after we play rook h5, he has to take it, and we promote to a queen. And this is still a lot of moves left here, and I'm not going to go through all of them. This is winning, even though he has 2 pawns and a rook, because the king is really exposed. There are mate threats all over. Black is more or less forced to start with a check in order not to lose right away. We can move our king to d3. It's very good there. It's not exposed. It cannot be attacked with a check unless black wants to sacrifice his rook. And we are threatening like a lot of forks like this. Black's best move, according to the computer, is to play f2 and just try to get it down. White plays queen f8, threatening the rook and both pawns, threatening everything here. Something will be lost. This will never queen. Both pawns will drop, and the white will win in the end. If you made it this far, I'm sure you can win from here. If you are a beginner or a medium player, yes, this is not easy, but this puzzle wasn't supposed to be easy either. So trust me, from here, white is winning fairly easy. I hope you enjoyed this puzzle. Sorry if it was too hard for some of you, but I really think this was worth posting. Have a great day, everybody. See you later. Bye bye.